So a little interesting thing, I've been researching why modular helmets are so noisy and windy. Well, first of all, is this mechanism here. Look at how much of a gap there is right there when it's closed. It's hardly perfect. It's not even actually sealing against the rubber. There's nothing pressuring it. And then second of all, there's these air ports, which all helmets, have an exhaust port. But this one back here, this is right by your ear. And when you open up the helmet and you look inside, let's just crawl inside here. This is the piece covering the ear flap, and then there's where your Senna would go. At the back here, it actually just moves. There's a big gap in here between that and the rest of the helmet. And then down in here, if you pull off the port here, you can see that there's the helmet, there's the plastic of the helmet right there. So there's lots of access to the outside world. And the shell is just right there. So basically, you're sitting in a shell with very little protection from it. And what I'm going to assume is that the expensive Shoei helmet that I tried on, that was $900 and that was instantly quiet, I think that your ears are cupped by something kind of like ear protection that you might wear when you're sawing wood, when you're using a power tool. And so you have these ear cups, and that really seals you in because it's completely sound deadening. But this one, and then this helmet here, HJC, which I think is better quality. Let's just put this over here. HJC, still, of course, I had to wear earplugs. And when you look inside here, there's a big gap that where you can reach the outside shell. And then when you pull this off, of course, there's the outside shell there, the plastic liner. So there's a hole between here and where my ear is, which is basically just a millimeter or 2 millimeters of thickness of plastic and me in the outside world. So no wonder. I'm thinking that if you took the ear cups out of some hearing protection and you kind of shaved them and made them a shape that would fit somehow into this thing and cup your ear, then you'd basically have built-in hearing protection. And then your Senna would go inside that. But I don't know if there's enough room in here for that to work. But basically, yeah, now I can see why helmets are so noisy. So in fact, I think that my HJC is probably less noisy because the exhaust vent here is at the back up way from my ear. Whereas this other one, the exhaust vent has upper vents and then these little ones back here. And as someone said that if they taped that up, it was actually less noisy. But all the same, there's really no padding around your ear that protects you from the shell and the noise that's coming off the shell. So that's my opinion on noisy helmets. And yeah, I guess earplugs are a quick way of solving that. Or you can spend $900 on a Shoei Neocon helmet. I think it was called Neotech, Shoei Neotech. And then you can get yourself some nice protection from the wind. But such is life. The other thing, though, is once we get to the point where we are trundling along a back road, then the hearing protection really doesn't matter so much. So it's more like getting there. If the majority of your riding is on the road, then yeah, I guess you would want to get a very nice Shoei helmet and spring for the $900. Just don't tell your wife. But that's all. Yeah, I have a mask here. I have to protect myself from the denizens of the apartment because none of them wear masks and they all walk by you as if there's no pandemic. That's life here now. And that's all for helmets today.